I froze in the kitchen doorway, phone in hand, staring at the screen like it was a grenade about to explode.
Please, don't go!
Can't wait to rediscover more of you tonight, the message read, from a number I didn't recognize. It was Sarah's phone, left buzzing on the counter while she showered. My thumb hovered over the reply button, heart pounding like a war drum. We'd been married 10 years. High school sweethearts turned suburban survivors. Was this a wrong number? A joke? Or the crack in the foundation I'd been ignoring? Sarah emerged from the bathroom, towel-wrapped and humming softly, her wet hair dripping onto the hardwood. "Hey, babe, dinner smells amazing," she said, flashing that smile that used to melt me. I forced a grin, sliding her phone back without a word. "Yeah, stir-fry's almost done." But inside, suspicion coiled like smoke. She'd been distant lately, ever since starting therapy 6 months ago. Dr. Ellis, her therapist, a sharp, divorced woman in her 50s, had been life-changing, Sarah claimed. "She's helping me find myself again," she'd say, eyes lighting up in a way they hadn't for me in years. That night, as we ate, I probed gently. "How was your session today?" Sarah twirled her fork, avoiding my gaze. "Good. We talked about boundaries, rediscovering passions." Her voice trailed off, and she changed the subject to work drama. Passions. What did that mean? I remembered the day she came home from her first appointment, buzzing with energy. "Dr. Ellis says I need to shake things up, John. I've been in a rut." I'd nodded supportively, thinking it meant yoga or a hobby, not this nagging doubt gnawing at my gut. Over the next weeks, the clues piled up like autumn leaves, subtle at first. Sarah's phone stayed glued to her hip, passcode changed without explanation. "Privacy, babe. Dr. Ellis says it's healthy," she explained when I asked. She'd laugh it off, but her eyes darted away. Then came the late nights, group therapy ran long, or traffic from the office. I'd wait up, scrolling through our old photos, us on our honeymoon in Maui, laughing under palm trees. Back then, trust was effortless. Now, it felt like sand slipping through my fingers. One evening, I couldn't shake it. While she was out running errands, I logged into our shared iCloud, guilt twisting my stomach like a knife. There, buried in deleted messages, were fragments. "Your advice changed everything, Drive E." From Sarah to her therapist. And replies, "Opening up slightly can reignite your spark. Remember, it's about you." Opening up. My mind raced. What the hell did that mean? I dug deeper, heart hammering, and found a chain with that unknown number, Mark. Flirty texts, plans for coffee that turned into dinners. "Feels like I'm alive again," she'd written. Betrayal hit like a tidal wave, drowning me in denial. No, this couldn't be Sarah. My Sarah. I confronted her that night, voice steady but insides crumbling. "Who's Mark?" She paused mid-sip of wine, face paling. "What? How? Your phone backups. Tell me it's nothing." Tears welled in her eyes, and she collapsed onto the couch. "John, it's not what you think. Dr. Ellis," she suggested I explore a little. "Our marriage is solid, but I felt lost since the miscarriage last year. She said a slight opening could help me rediscover myself, without risking us." Her words hung heavy, a confession wrapped in excuses. Slight opening. Like cheating. Anger surged, hot and unbidden. She's divorced, Sarah. Maybe her advice isn't gospel. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. It started innocent, a coffee with an old colleague. But it escalated. "I didn't mean to hurt you." Her voice cracked, vulnerability raw. I saw the pain in her, the woman who'd held me through my job loss, who'd dreamed of kids with me. But trust shattered like glass underfoot. "How long?" I whispered. 2 months. The room spun. Heartbreak clawed at my chest, a mix of fury and sorrow. Denial whispered lies. "Maybe we can fix this." But anger roared louder. How could she? The next days blurred into a haze of arguments and silences. I'd pace the house, replaying memories, our vows under that oak tree, promising forever. Suspicion poisoned everything. Was that laugh for me or him? I met Dr. Ellis once, dropping Sarah off. She seemed empathetic, but now I wondered, did her own failed marriage taint her counsel? Sarah begged forgiveness, swearing it was over. I was stupid, John. I love you. Her motivations made twisted sense. After losing the baby, she'd withdrawn, seeking identity beyond wife. But understanding didn't erase the ache. One rainy afternoon, I found her journal, pages tear-stained. Drivey says monogamy isn't always natural. A little freedom might save us. Freedom. It fueled my rage. I packed a bag, storming out as thunder cracked. I need space, I said, voice breaking. She sobbed on the porch, rain mixing with tears. Please, don't go. But I did, driving aimlessly, denial crumbling into acceptance. The collapse of trust was total, like a bridge buckling under unseen rot. Weeks later, divorce papers in hand, I sat across from her in our empty kitchen. I can't rebuild on lies, I said softly. She nodded, eyes hollow. I get it. I ruined us. No screaming finale, just quiet devastation. As I walked out, the door clicking shut echoed our end. Heartbreak lingered, a scar that time might fade, but suspicion? It reshaped me, wary of love's fragility. Looking back, Dr. Ellis's advice was a spark to dry tinder. Sarah sought herself, but lost us. I reflect now, alone in a new apartment, on how betrayal strips illusions bare. Trust, once broken, leaves echoes. Yet in the ruins, I rediscover me, stronger, if scarred. Life goes on, one cautious step at a time.